let me start with this. Happy New Year. And honestly, this feels like a very DJI way to start 2026, right? With confusion, screenshots, deleted posts, and everyone trying to figure out what actually matters, because over the last few days, you've probably seen these images floating around. A pricing table for something labeled DJI Avata 360, numbers attached, bundles listed, and then gone, taken down almost as quickly as it appeared, and once that happens, screenshots take over. Now, on the surface, this looks like another leak story, but the reason this one matters is not just the numbers, it's the timing and the assumptions people are making around it. So instead of rushing to conclusions, let's slow this down and actually understand what we're looking at. The screenshots appear to come from a Chinese platform where early internal listings and regional pricing tables sometimes surface before official launches. This happens more often than DJI would like, and when it does, the posts usually disappear fast, which is exactly what happened here. What's shown is a structured pricing layout, not a mock-up, not a rumor text post. Actual bundle tiers, a base Avata 360 listed at around 2,988 yuan, a version bundled with DJI's RC controller around 3,988 yuan, and higher-end kits at roughly 5,688 yuan that appear to include extra batteries, a charging hub, and FPV accessories. On paper, that's aggressive enough that even the person who shared it reacted with disbelief. And this part matters. Like, the Chinese caption attached to the image roughly translates to something like, "Even DJI probably doesn't dare sell it at this price. This shocked me so much I almost crashed." That's not DJI marketing language, that's reaction language. In Chinese tech circles, phrases like that don't usually mean fake. They usually mean this feels lower than expected, and that's an important distinction. Now, immediately after these images surfaced, another argument took over the comments. Why are people converting this to US dollars? Why even talk about American pricing? This drone won't launch in the US anyway, right? That assumption keeps popping up, and it's not fully accurate, because here's the part many people missed. The DJI Avata 360 already received FCC certification before DJI was added to the FCC covered list. That approval is real, it's documented, and it matters. Being on the covered list affects future authorizations. It does not retroactively invalidate approvals that already exist. So, legally speaking, the Avata 360 is not blocked from entering the US market by default. Does that guarantee a smooth launch? No. Does it guarantee availability? Also no. But it does mean this drone is not in the same category as a hypothetical future model that still needs approval. That's why discussing dollar equivalents isn't pointless. It's part of understanding how DJI may be positioning this product globally, especially under increased pressure to move carefully. Now let's talk about the prices themselves. If you followed DJI long enough, you know one thing: early pricing almost never survives untouched. Internal numbers leak, regional pricing differs, bundles change, tariffs, logistics, and certifications get factored in. So no, this does not mean you're getting a $400 Avata 360 globally. That's not how DJI operates. What it does suggest is that DJI may be experimenting with a lower entry point than people expected, especially when you compare it to other 360-degree aerial platforms that cost significantly more once fully equipped, and that lines up with what the Avata 360 appears to be conceptually: not a replacement for traditional FPV, not a toy, but a hybrid tool that lowers the barrier to creating immersive aerial footage. Now, there's another layer to this conversation that keeps coming up: the US ban narrative. Some people see any DJI news right now and immediately jump to, none of this matters, DJI is done in the US. That's not how this works. The covered list doesn't ground drones, it doesn't disable firmware, it doesn't make existing products illegal. If you own a DJI drone today, nothing has changed. If you buy one tomorrow, nothing changes. Flight legality, registration, airspace access, all unchanged. Where it does matter is long-term planning, Future models may face delays, launch timing may shift, availability may vary by region, but DJI isn't disappearing overnight. And the Avata 360 is a good example of that gray zone. Approved, real, but launching in a complicated moment, which brings us back to the pricing leak. If these numbers are early or region specific, they tell us one thing very clearly. DJI is thinking carefully about how this product lands. They know expectations are high, they know competition is growing, and they know users are watching closely. This isn't random, and it's not noise. So instead of reacting emotionally, the better question is this: if these prices shift upward as they probably will, does the Avata 360 still make sense? If availability is staggered, does that change its value? And if DJI is forced to adapt how it launches products in the US, what does that mean for enthusiasts going forward? Those are the conversations worth having, and I want to hear where you land on this. Do these prices feel realistic to you? Do you think DJI is deliberately pushing lower to keep momentum? And do you believe products like the Avata 360 will still reach the US in 2026 without major disruption? Drop your thoughts in the comments. This community has been incredibly sharp about separating fear from facts, and that's exactly what matters. Right now, this is the first video of the year. There's a lot coming, and we'll keep breaking it down without hype. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.